Good afternoon. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. They say it takes a village to raise a child. Believe it or not, I have a whole village in the studio with me today in the form of our Renaissance man, Mr. Jalani Bakari. We'll be back to introduce him to you right after this break.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
A village to raise a child, an entire village in the form of one man, Mr. Jalani Bakari. Jalani, how are you?
How you doing, Wallace?
Wonderful. Well, I say, Renaissance man, you're very involved, you're very busy. Well, you had time to stop by and see me today, but I appreciate it. Let's get started with one of the things that we talk about in terms of raising our children. You are involved in the African American Academic Bowl. Mm-hmm. Tell us about that bowl.
Well,
that's not something we eat out of,
we
right?
figured 29 years ago, I was challenged by some individuals in Los Angeles that if we wanted to see something done, to do something. And some friends of mine who were, we were all young and, ready to go. We thought that to create something for the students to compete and to give them really, really good awards, $500 or eventually we came to laptop computers because we figured it's something that they can keep and they can take with them and it could be a useful tool. So in 2000, 2001, here in Riverside, the Riverside African American Historical Society began an academic bowl. And with the help of UC Riverside professor, we began. The second year, I took over the helm of the academic bowl. And since 2002, we've been actively participating. In a couple years, we've had other friends do it. Now, Omega Psi Phi fraternity which I'm in our chapter here in Riverside, San Bernardino, we took a hold of it and said, hey, we're going to go to the schools, the high schools, and select students in 9th to 12th grade and give them an opportunity to learn some cultural history, all students, and let them figure out, and determine who's on their team and select 4 individuals and an alternate and have an opportunity to win very good laptop computers.
So who wins? A team wins?
The students, yeah.
First,
we
second,
try to
third
do a
place?
team.
How do we do that?
Yeah, we do a team. First place championship team wins computers, laptop computers. The second and third place, they win different prizes depending on how everything is going. And we've had years where first, second, and third have all won computers.
That's excellent.
But we guarantee computers to the champions, and we hand it to them right then and there at the event. Normally it's 4 rounds, which normally a Jeopardy-like rounds. It's seven rows. It's 5 questions in each row. You have some bonus questions, and they go from 5 to 25 points. And the goal is for schools and or organizations who works with the schools to select some students, work with the students, let the students learn all the information that we provide. We do not ask them any information that is not in the curriculum that we provide to them. Okay. And we ensure that each team is getting the same information. We try to do it at the same time. We put it on the web, and we're even able to give it to them on a hard copy to ensure that by no instances they won't have an opportunity to take advantage of, one, learning their cultural history and also being able to win very, very good prizes.
So once again, the subject matter for the bowl.
Mm-hmm. The subject matter is things like Inland Empire history, California Black legislators, Tuskegee Airmen, chemistry with a little slip in it, chemistry. Right. And we have other things like Famous First, new sports, enthusiasts. We have people in tennis and golf and basketball and in various other sports who are now taking the limelight from all the old folks that used to have all the limelight. And we're trying to introduce individuals to those sports that aren't normally recognized, you know, the tennis, the golf, the various other sports that can show them that we're students are active and intellectually gifted, you know, in many other sports.
The students that are eligible, you said they're high school students.
Yes, sir. 9th to 12th grade.
9th through 12th grade. Any and all
Yes.
ethnic groups. This is not
All.
just for African American students.
Oh no. And it's very important to understand that when I learned U.S. history, it wasn't just for, you know, any student, it was for all students. When I learned Chicano history, it wasn't just for Chicano students, it's for all students. And African American history, Asian history, or history in general is just a story. I think more when we put, you know, her story and his story and our story, we get a better story, you know. So, you know, that's what I'm trying to do is include and to be inclusive. In many years, we'll add like Africa this year, we'll add historically black colleges and universities. Normally there's about 10 subjects we try to play. One is famous African American female inventors will be for this year. So there'll be 25, 30 different pieces of information of women inventors and it'll be more on the now category, those who are doing things right now or have done things like Shirley Jackson, who was extremely instrumental in the fiber optics.
Sounds like you guys have to be as busy putting together the questions as the young people are going to be to figure out the answers.
Yeah, yes, sir, right now.
How many young people are involved on an annual basis with the?
We normally have somewhere between 8 and 12 teams.
8 and 12 teams.
We're always trying to include more, and we go up to 16 teams, which allows us to do 2 first rounds, 2 second rounds, and then we break those 16 teams down to the best 4 teams, and then that's the semifinal round, and to the final teams, the best 2 teams.
When is the academic bowl taking place?
February 29th, the last Saturday in February at the University of California, Riverside. We will have signs, we have parking, we have individuals, professors, administrators. We may even have the chancellor, you know, come and say hi. But the University of California, Riverside is extremely active and very dedicated in working with Omega Psi Phi for us to make this happen. And from the beginning, they have been very, very instrumental in ensuring that we had room, space, and facilities in order to highlight the intellectual development of the students in Inland Southern California.
The number of people that have been involved, when is the last chance that people can get involved?
Well, we try to set deadlines, yet at the same time it's 16 teams. So we will begin to give the information out to all teams on Friday the 17th. Early in the morning, we drop the information. In my opinion, it takes about 8 to 12 hours of complete study, teamwork, and additional work to be able to compete successfully in the event. So it depends on, one, when you would like to go, but you can go to PyroQues, PIRHOQUES.com. Yes, and they can get all the information there. They can sign up, or they can sign up here at goucr.edu.
It's online, and old folks like me who just want to keep up, we could go and study that material as well.
They can study, and during the day on the event, we will be putting the information up on screen. So they'll be able to see the question and the answer and to get just as much thrill, fun, and excitement of the competition.
Very good. During the break, I'm going to suggest a fundraiser for you. And we are going to take a break right now, and we'll come back, and we're going to find out about some of those other things that Mr. Bakari is involved in. They're just as good as this academic bowl, and you'll see he is indeed a Renaissance man, and a village. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Dad,
Just 1 minute, okay?
hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Okay, we're back. This is Empire Talks Back. I'd like to reintroduce you to Mr. Jalani Bakari. Jalani, we've spoken a bit about the African American Academic Bowl and how that's designed to make everybody smarter and put us in the hands of a smart group of young folks that are going to be taking charge. Some of the important aspects of this is the cooperation that takes place between organizations and certainly an institution like UCR. Tell us how that works.
It's wonderful that the university, you have to write up information and talk to the administration, and we were able to work with outreach and admissions. And we thought that bringing students to campus gives them an opportunity to showcase the campus and for students to see what's there. And when you do it with an academic focus and you're providing very good materials and prizes for students to win while they're there, so hopefully they can have a positive experience. But what makes it even more inviting is when you have your dean of the medical school or the athletic director, the chancellor of the university, who also would like to be there, and the vice chancellor of student affairs, who want to be there, shake hands with the students and say hi to the students to show that it's about community and it's about students understanding that it's not people who are away in buildings, but they can come out from behind their chair and desk and shake hands and let the students know that they're valued and this is a positive thing. And it helps the parents. Many of the parents, they don't know the administration. They don't know these folks who are admitting their kids into college and the medical school and the public policy or business or the chancellor of the university. And to be able to see them in a human light, in a learning academic setting, I think it's good for both. It's good for the parents to see that people do come down from the buildings and come and meet and shake hands, and they see that that's what UC Riverside is all about. But it helps because we have the same type of love and cooperation at Cal State San Bernardino. We are trying to do some things with Cal Baptist, and right now you see that the community colleges are doing a stalwart job in working with the students, and what we're doing at Riverside Community College.
So what
is
kind of
wonderful.
advice do you have for local organizations that would like to get involved? Do you find it, what kind of steps should they take?
I think first they should find their niche. What would you like to do? Some of the things that may be best at the community college, some at the university or the Cal State, and find that niche, and then you can jump on the computer and you can actively participate in things that are going on at the university. If they have speakers, if they have conferences, seminars, if they have additional things that would give you an opportunity to come up on campus. Most of the time it's parking, paying for parking or some of those. So to find those things, but also to find those things that are free with parking comes with it, and sometimes even food, to be able to see the very positive things and the enlightening things that the campus try to bring to the region and the community. One of those things that I do is with the international relations community. We always work very close with the colleges. Riverside Community College, their international affairs are very engaged with our Africa, Ghana.
Your international affairs, you're with, tell us about that.
Our sister cities are international relations. I'm the chair of our Ghana, Obuasi, Ghana, our sister city.
That's in the city of Riverside.
The city of Riverside, and we work with the colleges and universities to work with students, Ghanaian students, and also working with the country of Ghana and bringing back culture and authenticity and life and learning from the motherland in order to highlight and showcase to the students.
What type of program or project have we been able to put together, or are we planning?
We are planning to start doing more student activities. I want to work with the university to see if we can bring perhaps a couple students to the medical school each year in that part of the sister city, thinking of utilizing the high schools to do with our sister cities. We have 10 to perhaps do a softball, soccer, or baseball tournament, really? And make it international competition with our cities, have them do sleepovers, stayovers, and do it, for about a week and make it a really international festival. But when you have a sister city and you have individuals like the city councilmen who have just been elected, and women and men who have just been elected, who are working with you to do things and to bring that type of positive light to the city of Riverside and the inland Southern California. It's what you do.
That's excellent. The idea of having this international village is exceptional, and working and bringing the kids together, and the idea of an international academic bowl, is that where you're going?
Well, hopefully one day that'll be something. The 100 Black Men have taken it on.
Now that's another organization
at a national level that I work with and assist. I'm not a part of the 100 Black Men, but I really work with them, really good friends. And some of the things they do, I assist because I think it's something great. And when we were doing Young Black Scholars in Los Angeles, the 100 Black Men, we went to a national competition and they provided the students $5,000 apiece for their college.
My goodness.
Endeavor. So everywhere you see that you're always trying to add value to something and to bring something positive to the students and let them know.
What kind of feedback have you had from any of the students that reassures you that you're rolling in the right direction?
One of my students who is at Berkeley, finishing up her master's this year, called me to let me know that she had already finished up 2 years of medical school, and she's finished up in her master's in public administration or medical administration, and she'll go back and finish her last 2 years. But during that, she became president of the Student National Medical Association, and she got in contact with me through LinkedIn and was letting me know that the computer that she won 10 years ago or 7, 8 years ago was very instrumental in her being able to be successful in college, because it was something that she may have not been able to pay for, or it would have been a burden. And the burden of learning history about herself and being able to teach others, and also to receive compensation that would help her academically, was something that she was very thankful of. And in sending that, it's the plaque, it's the medal, it's the certificate that you look for, because it's paying forward and seeing someone lift as you climb.
As you think about your future with your plans and projects, what is it that our community can do to support you? Businesses, community organizations, and individuals.
One, to assist the students. I know in the Academic Bowl, Rialto High School will be participating, and to just let the students know that, they're valued and what they do has value, and to, keep giving and to bring.
That's too convenient.
But
you haven't suggested we do something that we can say, well, that's a little hard, or that's a little aggressive. You're simply saying, speak nice to the kids, tell them that they're worth something, that they have a future.
And let them know that you know, that you're seeing that the positive things and the things that they're doing, you know, because those little small things can be so great to a student who may only hear negativity or, you know, are sitting at the bottom of a well and trying to figure out, you know, what's their next step, and that positive word, you know, in their ear or just expressed to them may be the most salient piece of their day.
As not a complete village, but a village that is constantly growing and reaching out, are you able to refer people to activities and situations? Are you willing to give out your phone number? I told you I was going to try to get you guys in touch, right? Okay, so I'm asking him now.
Yeah, it seems like it's on every website or something anyway. Yeah, it's 714-681-3109. I've had my phone since we were 714, so
Yeah, excellent, excellent.
for a long
And
time.
the referrals are important. People who want to help sometimes, and I'm encouraging you, I'm not asking you to wake up in the middle of the night with your great idea or commitment and call him at that time.
Oh.
Wait till 6 or 7 in the morning and then give him a call.
Yeah, I'll be
because he is a village.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you very much, sir.
Really
Thank
appreciate
you very
it.
much.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work, and anything we can do to be supportive, we want to do that.
I will.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for making a commitment to make 2020 the year of all years. Happy New Year. See you next week.